Hello and welcome to Therapy Express with Prasanna. Thank you so much for watching. Today we are going to talk about relationships. Your relationship. Is it healthy or does it need to get that way? We're going to determine a few factors that will indicate whether or not your relationship is doing well or whether it needs to be tweaked a little bit. Communication is the key to having a good relationship. That is one of the most important things in a relationship that I can not express enough. So the ways in which we communicate with our partner have a lot to do with its health. And I'm going to ask you a few questions and think about it. And by answering the question, you're going to know if you need to work on your relationship or if it's doing pretty good. The first question is, when you get feedback from your partner, do you react in anger? Do you immediately get defensive and turn it into a little bit of a battle? Or do you become very open and non-defensive and listen to what your partner has to say? You know, in the beginning of a relationship, people talk all the time. They are interacting, and as time goes on, you talk less and less, and the people's thoughts and ideas start to become a lot less. And instead of being more interested in the person, a lot of resentments build up, and hence why you get angry reactions when your partner says anything that you don't like or that you find offensive. Number 2, are you closed off to new experiences, or are you open to exploring more things with your partner? If you recall, when you started out, you and your partner used to do all kinds of things. You had adventures. You did things that were new and exciting. You tried new restaurants. You went hiking. You did all kinds of new and innovative things. As time passes by, you start getting a little lazy, maybe even a little rigid, and you stopped doing anything. So what happens? The relationship starts to wilt. There's nothing new coming in. And I have a client that was just talking about this very thing, and he said that as his relationship has progressed, he has become very, very lazy. He doesn't treat his girlfriend with respect. He doesn't want to try anything new, and the relationship is suffering, hence why he is coming to me at this point. So I've been working with him on that, and he is now trying to do the things that he used to do in the beginning when he really was excited about the relationship. So number 3, is there deception and duplicity in the relationship, or is there honesty and integrity? What do I mean by that? Do you tell your partner that you love them and don't show it? Do you tell them that you are not interested in anybody else, but yet you find yourself flirting? Do you tell your partner that you're so happy that they're there, but then when they are, you get annoyed that they are? Or do you treat your partner with honesty and respect and are happy to see them when they're there and value their time when they're sitting next to you? If you have the first one, then there's something going on there that you need to address. And if you have the second version, then good for you. Keep it up. You're doing a great job and your relationship is going to thrive. And the last one is, are you overstepping your boundaries, or are you respecting your partner? What do I mean by overstepping your boundaries? Not respecting your partner's ideas or wishes, saying yes to events without consulting your partner, buying things without letting them know that you spent the money that was saved for something else. All those are little things that show that you don't respect your partner's views on the relationship. So if you are respectful, you're going to say, hey, listen, I want to buy something. Let's talk about it. Can we afford it? Or you're not going to say yes to an event. You're going to say, hey, we got invited to this thing. Do you want to go? Do you feel like going? Or should I say no? Talk to your partner as if they matter. Because if they really mattered, you would want to make that relationship grow and prosper. And if they don't matter and you're taking it for granted, then what are you doing there in the first place? Another thing that I want to ask you is, are you accepting of your partner or are you critical? Are you constantly nitpicking at them, picking them apart, everything they do, everything they say, making fun of them, and basically disrespecting them to their face? If you are, then you are taking them for granted. You're not accepting who they are as people. We all have our flaws. Nobody is perfect. And if your partner has issues, you know what? So do you. So do I. So does everybody. The point is then to work on those things respectfully. And that way, again, your relationship can continue to grow. Keeping a relationship alive takes a lot of work. And after the honeymoon phase ends, that's when the real work begins. That's when people start to get lazy. And some people think that because the spark, the initial spark is gone, which it always fades out, that honeymoon phase, people think, oh, I'm not in love anymore. That's not true. That's when love actually begins, because you have the real person in your possession, or not possession necessarily like you own them, but in your life. And when you have that person in your life, you work with them. You work with their wonderful qualities and you enjoy those, and you work with the qualities that are not so great, that bug you. And that'll be another video, but you choose the person that you want to work on with the things that bug you the most. And that's another video, but that's coming up. Anyway, you choose the partner, and remember that you chose them for a reason. So learn to respect them. Learn to be open when they talk. Continue to do exciting and new things, because that's what keeps the relationship alive. Don't ever take your partner for granted. That's when things start to go south. Make sure that you work on it, you work on yourself with them, and you help them become the best version of who they are. And together you can create a great team. All right, keep these in mind, and maybe your relationship is doing great already. That's wonderful. It's never going to be perfect, because none of us are. But if you can make it better, do it. It's going to pay off in the end. All right, you guys, thank you so much for watching. Subscribe, turn on your notifications, and look for me next week. Until then, make every moment count. Bye.